We're now with internal audit, and Councilman Pridemore is with us. And Mark, if you can introduce yourself and then make whatever presentation you'd like to make. And Ronnie Stein's here too. Sorry.
I'm Mark.
To seat.
I'm Mark Swan, the Metropolitan Auditor for the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County. And so I represent the Office of Internal Audit within the Metropolitan Government. We're responsible for providing assurance services internally for the different boards, departments, elected officials, and functions and component units within the Metropolitan Government, even though that may be disputed sometimes. During the past in the past year, we produced 18 internal audit reports, along with one investigation report. Investigations were, I happily say, they were down this year from previous years. That one investigation was with animal control, health department, the issue they had with the dogs and stuff like that. So we provided an independent review to help clear, in this case, I believe, clear some individual employees' reputation, hopefully. And then some of the audits that we completed in the last year has been some major ones. Obviously, the biggest audit was the comprehensive audit that we contracted out for the Metropolitan Nashville Public Schools. Even though that was contracted out at a significant cost, it did require a considerable amount of time out of our office, about 800 hours of effort just to monitor and provide oversight for that major project, which is over a year-long effort. In addition, we did the assessor's office and the water and sewer collections revenue, the district energy system, and also like the sheriff's office firearms inventory were some of the areas that we looked at, along with the Parks Department Sportsplex audit. And we believe that in that audit kind of proved the deterrent value, because an audit was announced, things were brought out just because of the announcement of the audit. We also completed 28 hotel occupancy tax reviews in the past year. And since we've started that program in 2013, we've completed 56 hotel audits out of the approximately, the universe keeps growing, you keep adding more people to it, but of major hotels, 250 hotels, so it's about a small percentage, but we believe we're providing a deterrent value because the reputation's out there that we are reviewing those. We've had claims of over $456,000 in under-reported hotel tax revenues, which represent about 2% of the reported revenue. So about 98% of what we're seeing accurate now. And we've collected over 400,000 of those 450,000 claims. So the money's actually coming in, so they're not being disputed from that perspective. And then on our audit universe, we basically have almost 100 entities when we look at the different departments, functions, the different fiduciary funds, component units, and various boards and commissions. And now that we've had an audit since I've been here in the last 7.5 years, and about 75 of those entities for about 76%. So it's still the goal was to try to get it all done in 7 years, but we haven't really had the resources to get all that accomplished. But hopefully the areas that we haven't been to are not as the higher risk. In addition to that, we collected 433 financial disclosures on your behalf of the Mayor Executive Order last year, which is not a small task using the staff that we have. Again, I'd like to thank the internal audit staff. Their assistance and cooperation has provided, and we couldn't have done anything without the staff and the cooperation of the members of the Metropolitan Government leadership teams in the different departments and elected officials. And I want to thank all those people. In the past year, we've had some challenges. One, we've had some life events that have caused us to lose almost 1 year of audit effort from different employees going out on FMLA, which has been an effort to take care of. Along with that, we've had some turnover. Going through, as I mentioned earlier, Mr. Carter, Tracy Carter was one of the senior auditors that have been with me for the last 5.5 years, went to go work initially for the Nashville Electric Services, and then quickly went to the Tennessee Valley Authority as an accounting position. And then more recently, Carlos Holt left to become the city auditor for the city of Gainesville, Florida, as an opportunity for him. I think it's a compliment to our department and our hiring practices that we've been able to provide quality people for the Metropolitan Government to do audit services that other people want to have. And since I've been here, we've had one auditor go become the director of audit for the Tennessee Department of Transportation, one auditor that left with her husband to Washington, D.C., but eventually became the director of internal audit for the Legal Aid Society in Washington, D.C., and now Carlos Hull is the city auditor for the city of Gainesville, along with Tracy getting a good position providing help with the Gallatin plant for the Tennessee Valley Authority. So I think it's a compliment to we're hiring the right people, and we've had good skills that helps us go forward and has helped Metro move forward in the past 5.5 years. I want to thank the council for their support and the mayor for funding pay raises last year. That was a great help for everybody, and also facilitating our move to the Parkway Towers. We are happy to be back downtown. It's making life a lot easier for our office. I'd also like to thank the Metropolitan Nashville Audit Committee, who did a lot of extra work than what they've traditionally done in the last year. They had multiple meetings recruiting for the Metropolitan Auditor, and along with doing work for the school audits. They did the review of the proposal for the schools audit contractor. Those members are the Vice Mayor, Diane Neighbors, Mr. Riebling is part of the audit committee. Mr. Bob Branning has been serving for 17 years plus as the chairman of the audit committee, when it was part of the internal audit was part of finance, and now it's the independent audit committee. But he represents the Nashville chapter of the Tennessee Society of CPAs, and Mr. Brack Reed represents the Chamber of Commerce, and then council members Jacoby Dowell and council member Steve Glover all have served diligently for the audit committee and have had to do more meetings than what they're accustomed to in the past year. So I do appreciate the oversight and support they provided. For the budget, our 3% proposed cut was a $35,000 budget reduction. That would be, and again, as we've been going, starting several years ago, we were at $500,000 in management consulting. We repurposed $250,000 for additional positions, and through the recession, we eliminated those positions, and we got down to $100,000 for management consulting. Now, this year we're at $50,000. If this proposed cut will bring us down to approximately about $10,000 for management consulting. What I recommend is for us not to take the consulting cut and to actually plus it up by another $50,000 to get it back to $100,000. And that's for one of the requirements. We need to get subject matter experts as needed, and the government is the diverse as the county and city of Davidson County. It's hard to think that we can provide all the expertise that we need to do on every audit, and so we need to have some money available. And also, it's been good to supplement, as when we have life events that we had in the past year, we've actually supplemented our resources as needed, and I think it's better to have it. We don't have to spend it every year, but it's good to have it there. You've been very gracious to find money when needed to, especially for the schools audit. It was very helpful to use the post-audit fund to get that accomplished. And so that's my recommendation. We hope that, what better legacy than provide accountability for the citizens of Davidson and Nashville County through internal audit assurance services.
You're right. That's thank you. It's very straightforward. I get it. And anything?
No, I don't know. Nothing.
Well, thank you.
All right.
For good year.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
We got audited this year, didn't we?
You got audited.
We got
Yes, sir.
audited this year.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
I didn't
a lot of fun.
All right. Thank you very much.
Let me ask you a question.